Mic check, mic check. Okay, sound like we got some. We got some mic. We got a little sounding pretty good. Mic check, mic check. Yeah. All right, y'all. First and foremost, give our praise to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the Son of Hamashiach, who we know is Jesus Christ. I wanna say, happy Feast of Trumpets. Those celebrating today, those are celebrating in whatever, when 2 weeks from now, a week from now. But we're just gonna do a Feast of Trumpets class real swiftly. All right. If you come in late for this one, you might miss it. Cause this one will be brief. We'll be brief today. It will be very brief. And happy new moon for those that keep new moon tonight. And it's a super moon. We got a super moon. What in the world did I just copy? Is that the link? Let me make sure that's the link. Yeah, that's the link. Super moon tonight. Super rare moon. So if you get the chance, later tonight about 10 o'clock, go out there, check the moon out. And it's gonna look crazy. She'll look crazy. It's a super moon. It's the closest moon of the year. And they say it's like a blue moon or something like that. I don't know if it was last Feast of Trumpets, maybe 2 years ago, where they were talking about the world was going to end at this particular moon. That was on September 10th, and I know that because I was looking at the slides, and I was looking at the notes from from the slide, which I did these slides, man, maybe 6-7 years ago. But every year you kind of make certain adjustments, but I just pulled them out this time and looked at what was going on. And prayers up for those, dealing with that hurricane that's that's sweeping through the South, man, sweeping through Florida. I know for the most part, somebody told me about South Carolina might get hit also. But yeah, so the humongous moon out there, and that could be driving things. Somehow that moon has some kind of effects on the tide and so forth. And I was thinking when I was reading this, talking about this super moon, you never see that bat signal. Just like I got that Prince of Power logo up there. You never see that bat signal on any other moon. You never see that bat signal on any other moon. You never see that remember E.T., the movie E.T., when he was riding the bike and had E.T. in the front seat and they went across that moon. And that's the thing, damn, if you ain't got a full moon up there, how you signaling Batman? Wait a minute. No, I'm tripping. It was a light. It was a whole light, and then it had that bat signal up there in the middle. I take that back, y'all. But it does have, the bat signal does have a light. It don't just shine on the moon. It got its own light. But what we're gonna be dealing with today, again, we're gonna go through this thing and run through this thing real swiftly. All right, Terra, I should have pronunciated before I came on here. But Teria is alarm. This is just for the trumpet. All right, this is Hebrew word for the trumpet. H8643. Alarm, signal, sound of tempest, shout, blast of war, or alarm, joy. It's alarm of war cry, battle cry, blast, shout for joy, shout of joy. Now all the feast days kind of they write out the salvational plan. They write out the salvation. I thought that was the link. I might have been wrong. There. Let me see. I'm putting it in there. Comments. Oh man, I'm putting it somewhere else, man. My bad, y'all. I don't know. That was the back chat. I was in the back. I put it in the back chat twice. Shalom, everybody. I ain't even seen y'all comments. I was in the back chat comments. Shout for joy, shout of joy. Blowing is used for shout 11 times, shouting 8 times, alarm 6 times. But shalom out. But
Hey, shalom, brother.
shalom. Shalom, brother Dion.
Shalom, man.
It the trumpet is used to bring an alarm or to bring an attention to certain events. All right, ultimately that's what it's for. The feast days lay out the whole salvational plan. But once you understand the feast days, and that's why it's good to understand the feast days, because it lays out his salvational plan. It kind of gives you a timeline. Especially with these trumps, as we'll see. The purpose of the trumpet, Numbers chapter 10, we're gonna be 1 through 10. Numbers chapter 10, 1 through 10. Brother Dion, you read for me?
Come. This is Numbers chapter 10, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver, of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. When ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forward. When ye blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generation. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginning of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am the Lord your God. Keep going.
Oh, Shalaki, I had to unmute myself. It's you see here, it's different times where where you're told to blow these trumpets and to blow them different ways. Usually, man, we just struggle to try to get anything to come out of that shofar. But it's different sounds for different things also. But anytime we gather together, them trumpets supposed to come out, sacrifices, burnt offerings. We're not doing that no more. But in those times, those things supposed to come out, and especially when we go into war against the enemy that oppresses us, those trumpets will go out, and in future tense, they will go out. Concerning the feast, we just read Leviticus 23 through 32. Leviticus 23 through 32.
This is Leviticus 23 and 23. And it reads, and the Lord And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on that 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
And
And
Shalaki,
what
that's it. We'll get into it, but that's all we wanted. We really just wanted the you should do no servile work, the 23 through like the 25. But also, it is a reminder to Day of Atonement, 10 days later. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, 7th month, first day of the month, ye shall have a Sabbath and a memorial blowing the trumpets in a holy convocation. All right, that's the law. When should the trumpet be blown? And so it's a Sabbath. Well, in fact, you can go to Numbers 29. Numbers 29 and verse 1. And read a couple verses there, please, sir.
Numbers 29
In verse 1.
and verse 1. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It is the day of blowing the trumpets unto you. And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord, one young bullock, one ram, and 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram.
So that was just just showing it that law being outlined again in Numbers 29 and Leviticus 23:23. When should the trumpet be blown to announce a king? Y'all can just write these down. To announce a king, to announce victory, a battle cry, to call an assembly, new moon and holy days, to warn the people, and to give praise. And to give praise. So all of these examples of that, not the only, probably not the only, probably can add a few more to these, but those are the ones I had at the moment. A day for seeking the Messiah, 1 Thessalonians 4:16. Day for watching. Day for watching. Like I said, it's a super moon. It should look crazy out there. The moon should look crazy tonight.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first.
So you see, you got a shout there, and you have a trump. You have a trump. A lot of jokers gonna be talking about, I know we don't say it now, but when that election, we were saying it back when Trump was in office. A lot of people were probably, that's why they were saying that he was the final Trump. That he was that he was that trumpet, man. He was gonna be the last president. And it was Christians and Israel alike, man, trying to make these prophecies about, him ushering in the Antichrist and all of this. But and the stuff that he did with Israel, allowing them to somehow, I think he connected to allowing them to build that third temple. But I think Trump will be in office again, next year in a few months here. I don't know when the election is, but I think we close. Do think we close, man. Second Chronicles 15 and verse 14.
You don't think that joke going to jail?
I don't think he going to jail. I don't even know what he being charged with, but I don't think he going. I don't know. Yeah, or the voter fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he going, but
Man, that's a
I'll be
dog and pony show, bro.
yeah. So you think he going?
Nah, it's a dog and pony show, man. It's something else they got brewing up, man. That's a dog, man. All them elections, all them officials, bro. Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump. Yeah.
And he chumped off that lady, that DA. It's just like, man, listen, man. That boy Trump said, I heard it's a racist lady down there in Georgia at a DA that's locking up rappers. You don't think she don't want it? Trump done with just that statement alone. He done won all the black vote between the ages of 18 and 30.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because
he have on his face free young thug.
Yeah,
and put on the flight.
Hey, you part in like Lil Wayne, Kodak Black.
Yeah.
Trump was letting them all out, brother.
Letting them all out. Don't y'all forget, man. Don't y'all forget. I don't know, man. I don't know. I said it, dog and pony. I don't know, man. I know he went down there, took that mug shot, but I don't know. Yeah, brother. You think he going to jail?
I don't think he have a choice.
So yeah, you think he going to jail? He ain't got a choice. He's gonna be locked up.
Yeah, he might win the presidency from jail. It might be history.
That's crazy. That sounds crazy, y'all.
That do.
That sounds crazy.
But I mean, I don't see nobody else beating him in the presidency. But they're gonna try to make an example out of him because Trump got his own bread. He ain't really listening to them elites. So they're gonna try to make an example out of him. That's my belief. But I've been wrong before.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it either, man. Just speculations. But we'll see it play out. Like I said, we right at that point. Second Chronicles, what was that? Second Chronicles 15, but we seen that in that First Thessalonians that Trump gonna be blown. Hold on, let me make sure I plug this computer up. That Trump gonna be blown, you gonna get a voice, and that Trump.
You ready for the Second Chronicles?
What you about talking about Trump, brother?
I'm telling you, bro, they locked me down, boy.
Leave Trump alone, brother.
Go get through this thing, man. Second Chronicles 15, 14.
Second Chronicles chapter 15 and verse 14. And they swear unto the Lord with a loud voice, and with shouting, and with trumpets, and with cornets. And all Judah rejoiced at the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart and sought him with their whole desire. And he was found of them, and the Lord gave them rest round about.
So you see that trumpet being, they've made an oath, and that trumpet being blown here, because everybody has sworn with their whole heart, man. Everybody is operating in sincerity and saying, let's rejoice with the Lord, and let's seek the Most High, And we ultimately, we should be doing that. We should be, one day we can come together. Y'all willing, man. It's gonna happen that we come together and we have a rejoice moment like that, and we be found of them, and we be found, and we and given rest, and we enter into that rest. Um, a lot of these Christians got that whole Christ is my rest thing a little off, but that we enter into that rest, man, and that should be our desire and what we seek for. But most of us won't not most of us. It's some Africans that be seeing on TikTok. They be that I don't want peace, I want war. We don't want peace, man.
Shalom, family.
Shalom, brother Michael.
Hey, you say I want trouble always.
Yeah, I want trouble always. We want smoke. We don't want no rest, man. We want smoke. Where we at? Matthew 24.
It's Matthew chapter 24 and 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
That's what I was saying earlier. Go, you read that
31
next verse, 31, Con.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
And for me, that's giving us a timeline. And like you got a boom, 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 boom. You have something foundational. You have a foundation there that you can build upon that, especially when you're trying to build your timeline. But we see that great trumpet. We see that great trumpet again being pulled out after those, after the days of tribulation. And these things start to happen in the sky, we'll see the Son of Man. And all the tribes will mourn. And then that great trumpet gets blasted. And we're gonna go through these trumpets and just go through the plagues and see if any of this stuff is going on today or how we view it. Because I'm sure if you ask Israel, what trumpet we in, what veil we in, at this point, man, it's a little over us, man. We'll probably all give different answers. You know what I'm saying? We don't really have that down all the way. Me personally, I don't really have it down all the way, but I look at it in a way that I have a methodology for it, but I don't really have it. I'm not gonna say I have it down, or I'm just solid on this, or solid that we in this veil and we in this. I kind of think these things happen like back to back on each other, not throughout thousands of years, but I'm still building on that. Don't miss the Trump. Isaiah 26 and 19. And this was important. If you don't have nobody, blowing the trumpet, you gonna miss it. You gonna miss it. If don't nobody blow the trumpet in the city, not about running in. What's that joker name said? The British are coming.
Was it Paul Revere?
Paul Revere. You don't have nobody. You don't have a Paul Revere. And that's what it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be a Paul Revere moment. You're gonna hear that trumpet, man. It's over with. It's wartime. And who knows? Who knows how long it takes for them to gather them angels to gather their elect and to start just killing folks. You know what I'm saying? Like then you got that text that says that a lot of stuff gonna happen in the day. But then brothers might take that day into a spiritual day. So it all depends, man. It all depends where brothers want to go there. Anyway, Isaiah 26:19. But that's how my brain works. My brain is see I kind of see where everybody kind of, oh, well, that person, they'll probably do it like that if they had that understanding. They'll probably do it like that. They had that understanding. And then I try to build my own premise. Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 19. Thy dead men shall live together. With my dead body shall they arise. Awake and sing, ye that dwell in dust. For thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead.
We talking about that final trump. That we just read in the First Thessalonians 4:16 and the Matthew, what was that, 24:39. And again, it's just going into that, you coming out of that dust. You got the angels, you got people coming from heaven with Christ, but then you got those that's gonna be coming out of that dust, man. And I'm just, when we have this, we got to stamp down this reincarnation doctrine to see if it is what it is, or does it stand, does it hold, but and how does it look towards people coming out of the dust, if they are reincarnated, or if they trying to bring back, you trying to bring back Constantine, and you want Constantine as a slave, and then John don't know, he don't remember nothing, so you may not even remember your life. So do you even remember your life that you had back then? Do you even remember? Do you even keep that same hatred that anyway?
Shall I?
Go ahead, brother.
It's not about and the brother's gonna jump on you about reincarnation. It's regeneration.
Oh, you God. I like it. That's why you got it wrong.
You got it
That's
wrong.
why you confused about it.
Hey, but it's a precept in Isaiah, man. I gotta pull it, man. About I know what Israel. I don't know about the nations, but I know the Most High said that he will put the remembrance of their sins, and they gonna mourn for their sins. I was reading that in Isaiah, that a precept that in the end, and that final that after that during that time of judgment, Israel gonna be mourning for their sins. The Most High gonna show them their sins. So I don't know if it's gonna be like that with the nations, but I know Israel will. The Most High will get petty on us, and he gonna show us where we went off at, man. I put that link in the chat to show y'all what I'm talking about.
And Shalakia,
I
don't know if it was the Wi-Fi that brought it out, but I remember a scripture that says you will not remember your former life.
Yeah. In Ecclesiastes. Is that Ecclesiastes?
I remember the text, but I don't remember where it's at.
Yeah, and I think because we talking about two dispensations, you know what I mean, and sometimes we kind of cross reference dispensations. But yeah, I'll pull both of them up and just look at them closely, man. But sometimes we pull dispensations in at the same time. But yeah, brother.
But yeah, I still had to look at that text that you talking about in Isaiah. But I can see you remembering. Like if I had to defend that, I could see you remembering he bringing up your life and everything you did. From stealing that bike to doing this to doing that. Da 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 da. Woody woo. If I have one life, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm still on the fence that. Yeah, it's gonna be this life that, because I'm still on the stance of I don't get to come back. I did what I did. I'm in the dust until judgment, and then judgment comes and he shows me everything I've done throughout that life. Now, if you in the regeneration, then he's gonna show you through all of those lives. But we have to first just I don't think it established it. The regeneration or not has to be established, I feel, first, before we get to that text. Because if it is regeneration and we do agree on that, then yeah, you're gonna have to take you through all your lives. And bring all of that to your remembrance in each of those lives. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like it. And I think that as far as regenerations, man, you see that in certain cases, but I don't know if that's in all cases. I used to think that was plausible for every case, but it's just certain things in the text is just problematic for it. You know what I mean? The souls under the altar, you know, crying out. You know, so it's a couple of things in the text to me is kind of problematic for the regeneration. But I can see it in certain cases that might be the case. But yeah,
Absolutely, and that's why we had to examine it. I ain't got the answers. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking my head off of things that I'm just putting like what do you call them little notes you put on your screen, the little desktop notes, just things to remind me I need to look into, maybe nail them down, maybe get all the precepts together, because I know like you don't remember your former life was used to explain John the Baptist and why he didn't remember. You know what I'm saying? That would be used for that. It was used specifically for that purpose, because all of us probably came up. We were taught regeneration. I don't really know too many camps that don't deal with regeneration. I think that's a foundational teaching. Like everybody kind of One West teaching rather. Everybody kind of deals with that comes under that One West banner. Where we at? 1 Corinthians 15? 1 Corinthians 15:51.
Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Y'all bunch of Greeks. I guess King James was a Greek talking about immortality. With that Christian mindset. That's what brother told me, man. Brother said I got that Greek philosophy, man. What you talking about? You gonna be immortal. And y'all gonna live forever. No. But we see here, man, you gotta take off the corruptible, put on the incorruption. I mean, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. But we see that at the final trump. All right, final trump shall sound, and the dead shall raise up incorruptible. Revelations 11 and 15.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever.
So this seventh one is, didn't got conquered. The earth has been conquered. It belongs to Christ. And not only, but it belongs, and then it's another, for the Trinitarians, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ. All right, his Christ belonging to him, and he shall reign forever and ever. And where is a point where we have the reigning of the Father and the Son? We see that in the New Jerusalem, New Earth, and I think I would feel this is once this thing has been conquered, once that last war, and boom, everything is shut off. That fire come down, that seventh angel sounded. But we'll see it here. We can look at it here. We got the seven trumpets. Revelations 8 through 11. Hold on, let me zoom this in so I can see. Shalakia, y'all. Revelations 8, 2 through 6, God gives trumpets to the seven angels. Verse 7 in Revelations 8, you got the hell and fire. Hell and fire burns up a third of the earth, as well as the trees and the grass. Would we say that's happened? or a third of the earth, 1/3 of the earth is burned up with hate from hell. Let's go to so that's the first trumpet. The second trumpet is a fiery mountain. In Revelation 8-9, a fiery mountain turns a third of the sea into blood and destroys a third of the sea creatures and ships. Third trumpet is a blazing star turns a third of the waters bitter and many die. The fourth trumpet equals darkness. Darkness covers a third of the sun, moon, stars, day and night. The fifth trumpet is tormenting locusts. The first woe. Locusts, we're talking about the three woes here. The locusts with the power of scorpions and released by an angel from the abyss to torment people without God's seal. All right, those who are not sealed, who don't have the Most High seal, will be tormented and by locusts. And I know we say the first woe is look at that, brother Michael. We say the first woe is I know we taught the first woe is World War I. And we do this great breakdown, and I think the second woe. We do this great breakdown on, how the ships, are really, how the airplanes are locusts and the scorpions are the darn missiles or something like that. We don't take this literally as locusts. It's airplanes released by the angels or something like that. But, just read the text for yourself. And if that's what you go with, that's what you go with, And so some will say, well, the fifth trumpet had already blown during the first woe. Second woe, 4 angels commanded 200 million mounted warrior and released to kill a third of humanity. And the sixth trumpet. Chapter 10, verse 1-11. Angel gives John a scroll of prophecy against the nations to eat. Revelations 11, 1-14, 2 witnesses. God's witnesses are killed by the beast, but raised by God. 11:15, the seventh trumpet, God reigns in heaven. The third woe, the kingdom of the world becomes the kingdom of the Lord and his Christ. God's servants are rewarded and his enemies are destroyed. And the seventh trumpet, and we just went over that. Parable of the wheat and tares is one more slide after this, y'all. But if you want to, you want to get into those trumpets to try to figure it out, Revelations 8-11. Me personally, I don't feel any of those things have happened yet. I think those things happen end times. When we know for sure and we going through it. And I think they happen rapidly. I think we get put through it, man, just like Egypt got put through it. I think they'll catch them plagues back to back that something's wrong. It ain't, you finna breathe after this. Nah. Third of y'all dying. Just another prophecy of the scroll coming down for more of y'all to get killed. And everybody, ultimately being brought under subjection. Parable of the wheat and tares, Matthew 13, 24-30.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 24. So another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seeds in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while we gather up the tares, we root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together to the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together the first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
And you got this was super moon this month. Next month is a harvest moon. That's what I'm saying. It's like and the super moon's out there, the biggest moon of the year, so that you can harvest, so that moon's out there so that you can gather these things up, and you have more daylight, even at night, because you have so much light coming from the moon. But this is around the harvest season, man. That's why you definitely have to be watchful around these times. You should be always watchful. We always need to be watchful. But definitely, keep an eye out. This was my speculation that it can happen around these times, man. Around that wedding feast, around the tabernacles, around these feasts, because again, it lays out the salvational plan. And so those wheat and those tares, we know the parable and those things. The evil one, the serpent coming down and sowing that bad seed, and ultimately, those things will be separated during that time of judgment. We see here in Revelations 14:14 and through 20. We'll read that.
Hey, Shalakia.
Go ahead, brother.
Do anybody remember how to tell the difference between the wheats and the tares? I'm not sure if it's the wheats stood more upright.
Yeah, yeah. I forget which one it was, but I think it was the ones that bowed down. I think it was the ones that bowed down were the righteous.
Okay, so the tares
just showing
stood more upright. Okay. Shalakia.
Let me make
Revelation
sure,
14 and 14. This is Revelation 14 and 14. It reads, and I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time has come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven. He also had a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
Yeah, they I'll try to find some, but I have to look into it. But I do think it's the ones that lean over.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking that the upright ones, but I think the ones that bow down is the right one. But yeah, I got a little mixed up. I was just curious.
Yeah, because that's a great example of with that particular parable. Go ahead, brother.
Now that was interesting. What the brother brought out about the wheat and the tares. I just pulled up a difference between the two. It say it is difficult to tell the difference between the two. In fact, before wheat produces fruit, the tares look identical to wheat. In the spring, wheat and tares grow together, but the tares grow faster and shoot their branches over the wheat, preventing the wheat from growing and ripening. It says, how do you separate them? Farmers use a process called winening to separate wheat from tares. Winening involves tossing a mixture of wheat and tares into the air, allowing the wind to blow away the lighter chaff husks and tares, while the heavier wheat grains fall back down. One more. It say, can tares be eaten? Tares are usually not taken in sufficient amount to be fatal to humans, but depending on the amount ingested, they're associated with a broad spectrum of negative effects. At one end of the spectrum, tares can simply make bread unpalatable, turning the flour gray and making it taste acidic and bitter. Wow. I eat up.
Man. So yeah, you can't be dealing with them tares, man. And you know them tares that try to take you out. You know that person that always quit want to take somebody with them, man. You know, them joker, that joker just can't lead a job by himself. He gotta take somebody. Gotta take somebody with him, man. And those tares will see, like that article was saying, man. It could try to suck your light away, man. Try to put out your light. Try to make you not not grow. But
and Shalakia,
go ahead, brother.
That tear ain't loyal to nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, the same way he backdoor somebody to get you in, he'll backdoor you to get somebody else in. He's not loyal, and she's not loyal to nobody but themselves.
Absolutely, man. But we see the great harvest here too, man. And as I said in Revelations 14, man, throw that sickle down, man. The earth is ripe. It is ripe. It's ready. For this, for this threshing, man. You know what I'm saying? Throw these things down and throw them in this, and it's like that wine press tribe throughout the city. We see just a great judgment coming down, man, and a great gathering. And like that parable said, just letting these things grow together, harvest season, and that's what these last fruit feast days are about, man. That final harvest of the year, where you just gathering that those last little crops up, to prepare you for winter. That is it. Go ahead, bro.
One thing that I sort of look for is I look for the other nations to cleave, and that's one thing I don't see. And I know that's got to be a huge part of it. Like once that elect is sealed, then that has got to be a major part of that whole, you dig, a paradigm shift, if you will. And I see them admitting that, we are the people of the book, but I don't see them really cleaving, and I think that's even though it don't say, but that's got to be a sign, like, you know what I mean? Are you?
Yeah, but are we in the stature, or are we where we need to be for them to cleave? Are we being that example? Hey, are we that light for them? Are we that light, that beacon of the Most High to for these folks to say, man, you know what? I could tell. I can look at the way they live in their life and how they serving the Lord. I know God with them. And,
but with the media gonna show the 2/3. They're not gonna show that. You know what I'm saying? So how's that work? You know, the media hate to see a prospering black family. You know what I'm saying? They would never display that on TV. So I'm saying, so you know, how is that going to be portrayed?
Well, they gonna have to see. They don't have to see it through the media. They can see. They can see it at your job through you.
Okay.
They can see it, through me at my job. Or they can see it through us, doing certain community work. Having certain, doing certain activist works, standing up for righteousness. But I think that has to come first before they not finna cleave to no wicked jokers.
Nah.
They gonna still think they like even today, even now, most still think they see Israelites, they don't see righteousness. They see wickedness. They hold on to the wickedness. And that's natural for them to do. It ain't that they even being wicked doing it. It's just that's why your speech gotta be blameless. That's why you have to be prepared to give answers. This is why you can't be out there with animosity and hatred. You can't give them a reason to say you don't know what you're talking about, or a reason to discredit the movement, what we trying to accomplish through the Hamashiach, and to usher him in, so we can enter into the kingdom. But man, we gotta be examples first. So we can't look for the cleaving until we first look for, we like, man, we doing pretty good out here, man. Like this thing looking pretty righteous. Till there's a separation with us in the world. Like we have to look different. We have to be more righteous in the world, I feel, first. And then the cleaving, we can look for the cleaving. Happy Feast of Trumpets, brother, Hebrew Elevation Church. And Shalom, everybody. Anybody else got anything on that? Anybody?
Yeah, Salakia. You have a lot of churches, man. That them Gentiles are cleaving to, man. But even myself, man, when I first came into, we used to call them bug outs. You know what I mean? You have GOCC, now one body, starting to gravitate to that idea of Gentiles cleaving, and so you have it, but Israel gotta learn how to stop, take their mouth off God's anointed, because even if we on different pages of understanding, that's why we gotta take a book in our forefathers David, when Saul was after him. He made it clear that judgment is God's judgment, and we gotta stop putting our mouths on brothers because we have a different disposition, a different position than they have. We just gotta just learn how to keep our mouths closed, because we don't know. The Most High might be showing us something He's not showing us, and you talking against a brother because you have a different perspective when it comes to Gentiles. And a lot of our perspective when it comes to Gentiles come from one West. But when you read the text and you ask people, man, well, what was going on in Egypt, and them people coming out of Egypt and Cleveland, so we just gotta just learn how to keep our mouths on God's anointed, man. Bishop Yepta, whatever trend, whatever the Most High got him going through that season, that's between him and the Most High, and we just gotta learn how to keep praying for Yasharallah, and keep our mouths off the Most High anointed, man, because people can be seeing something we don't see, and we wind up fighting against the Most High, man. So people starting to take that position. I think I see a lot of newer brothers coming out. Yeah, they still got that one West going on, but I'm starting to see the temperance a little milder. Right? I'm starting to see them not being so argumentative how we was when we first came into this truth. So the Most High, I see the Most High working on Israel slowly but surely, man. A lot of these young brothers gonna have a different outlook than we had when we came in. And good lesson, brother.
All praises. And are we ready for that? We got to even look at ourselves, man. Are we ready for that? Are you ready for Gentiles in the congregation? Are you ready for Gentiles at the feast days with us? And 90% of us are telling Gentiles this ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
The Gentiles that try to cleave, 90% of us are saying, man, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I see you in captivity, sucker. So you seen them try to cleave, but you probably see me push them away.
Salvation for the plantation.
Until you come into this understanding, man, that they do have a place in the kingdom, man. So yeah, I think it's on us first, man. It's on us to before you can see that, for us to get ourselves together, man, and really dive in the text, man, and really kind of and understand how the Most High is working, man, and again look back at those types and foreshadows that we have in the text, like I was saying about us coming out of Egypt, that mixed multitude, actually, to the point of them coming under the covenant, and like Ox said though, man, it is stretching, it is growing, that understanding. And when we first did it, man, everybody and their mama calling you a bug out, and you just want to love the white man and da 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 da. But Israel's coming around, man. Israel's coming around, but it's on God's time, man. So you can blow that trumpet all day in their face till you blue. But until the Most High get them that understanding, they're gonna teach what they teach, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a brother today, and I'm gonna end with this, man. A brother I met at Publix was from IUIC, and he was like, man, I thought I was the only one out here, man. And I was like, nah, man, I be teaching down there at the Victory Drive. He said, man, it's you, that person, man. I thought they was saying it was me. People was asking me, man, was that you over there on Victory Drive? And but he was talking about the other groups, the GOCC, the GMS, and he was like, man, it's just good to see somebody who keep the law, because I had fringes on, and I was thinking to myself, man, like, man, them fringes is light, man. That's I get it. We can see the fringes and we see the beard, but man, there are so many destructive laws that jokers can be breaking in these fringes, like hating their brother, and the heavier, weightier matters of the law that we still breaking, even with the fringes on. You know what I'm saying? And I know he knows that because he see it in the body. IUIC stand brothers up when they in the midst of adultery or they fornicating and get caught up, or so it's that's another thing we have to, just because them, like for me, man, like them fringes, like I done learned through my my history, man, and us being one of the smaller camps that people kind of trickle down to, seeing so many different people, so many different phases of individuals that man, them fringes, man, that's really the last thing I look at now, man. I need to see you. I need to see you day to day before I can give you that salute of, oh, this is a righteous brother. But I yield with that, man. Y'all brothers got anything else?
Hey, one more thing. I told you about the brother. I think I told Eliezer about it. I met a brother at the barber shop. Matter of fact, I did tell you about it, but I did get in contact with him today, and he's willing to come and have a sit down. He said he got a membership to Stone Mountain, so it might be Thursday, as early as Thursday. That brother come out and have a dialogue with us. So all praises for that thing too.
Yeah, man, all praises. And you know, all praises, you know, yeah, man, you know that brothers wanted to defend the faith, man, you know. And we not, we not the individuals that, can't nobody, well, I'm not. That, can't nobody teach me nothing, da 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 woody woo. And I hope he's not either. I hope he's not that individual. Oh well, can't no Israelite teach me nothing. Or can't no these jokers just came into this thing. I've been a deacon for 40 years. And da, da, da. Hey, and we keep an open mind, man. We can have a decent dialogue, and hopefully, what I'm saying, we can build from it and build a stronger doctrine, whether it's us or him. But all praises for that, brother. Anybody got anything else?
Slaki, I want to just mention about them fringes, man. When I first came into the truth, I used to have, wear the long fringes, like the long fringes. People had to know that I was wearing fringes. You know what I mean? But I think the most important thing about everything that the Most High tells us to do is obedience. Obedience is the first thing the Most High look at, and that gonna tell you a lot about the heart, right? Just your willingness to be obedient to the Most High, and that gonna clean the inside of the cup because even though the fringes was a commandment, but also loving our neighbors thyself is a commandment. All these things, when you get into that Matthew's 21, when Christ was telling you to no clean just the outside of the cup, but clean the inside of the cup as well. That's the true sign of repentance, is when you can humble yourself and be obedience to the Most High. That gonna bring remorse. That gonna bring asking for forgiveness, and yeah, man, and walking in that light. So the fringes is the least. But yeah, we got to deal with the weight of matters because that's what's gonna trip us up. I know you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because jokers will do that. These sisters will put these dresses on and these head wraps, and just to get you in there. Then once you get in there, he or she, they ain't wearing that stuff like that. You find out they snorting powder every now and then, and they alcoholics, and they got a whole other family on it, all kind of craziness. But yeah, Israel, don't judge. The world even tell you, man, don't judge a book by its cover, man. You cannot prove nobody with no Facebook posts and YouTube video. You gotta know, you gotta see the day to day before you get that credit, man. I think it's scripture too, man. Don't be so quick to lay hands on somebody. And I used to think that meant putting your hands, like literally putting your hands on somebody and punching them. But I've grown and come to find out that laying hand is like giving a blessing or promoting somebody up. You know what I'm saying? When you lay that hand on somebody's head, you know how we do that. Sometimes too when we pouring oil, anointing something, like, you don't be so quick to do that. Don't be so quick to anoint somebody and put somebody in this place or think so highly of somebody. Man, prove them, test them, see the day to day, and then you make that judgment on that brother, that sister. But again, y'all, Israel, man, y'all be blessed. Did y'all have anything else? Y'all good?
Good.
Israel, y'all be blessed, man. We pray this thing was edifying. We'll see y'all on the next one, man. Super Moon, y'all go out there, man. Blow that trumpet. If you got it, man.
That's tonight.
You can. And we'll see y'all.
I know we've been seeing through the clouds, but
it's supposed to be a super moon, though.
Okay.
So you should get a vision. Y'all willing. But we'll see y'all on the next one, man. Fridays on Bring It Out TV. And y'all be blessed, man.
Shalom.